Autumn. For some people, the most beautiful time of the year. For some, the most depressing. For fly fishing, it is the most wonderful time. Life slows down. Nature becomes colored with hundreds of shades of colors. The surrounding nature begins to reveal itself to us after the summer. Welcome to another episode of the Spirit of Fly Fishing documentary, this time wrapped in autumn mood. This episode will focus on fishing for predatory fish, especially pike, which is their largest representative. The pike is an elegant predator. Its slender body is adapted for hunting. The pike shows no mercy to its prey. Fly fishing for it is a real experience. It usually grows to over a meter in length. Our search for autumn pike will take place in the Czech Republic. This country offers not only interesting fishing grounds, but also amazing nature and landscapes, where anglers find true relaxation and connection with nature. It is the beginning of November. Our journey to catch pike will lead us to the beginning of winter. We will visit rivers and lakes. Our journeys will be accompanied by the amazing scenery of autumn nature. The autumn atmosphere has healing powers. After an intense summer, everything slows down. Rainfall comes and nature breathes fresh air again. The water is colder, but the fish don't mind at all. We will guide you through an amazing technique for catching predatory fish on streamers, which is highly addictive. We will show you the basic types of streamers for pike fishing, which are effective not only for pike, but also for other predatory fish. In our Natura workshop, we will talk about materials for making streamers. The amazing autumn nature will accompany us throughout the entire documentary. This time of year is truly magical. You have something to look forward to. Join us on a journey of discovery with a fly fishing rod through the autumn Czech Republic, its mysterious corners in nature. Get ready for another amazing fishing trip, this time with autumn hunting. Our adventure is just beginning. Our fishing trips usually start early in the morning. Autumn is in full swing. The air is fresh and cool. Fishing is not only about hunting for prey, but also about relaxing in nature. For us, the day starts with coffee. After a short stop for coffee, we are ready for a long journey through our documentary. The journey will be beautiful, but also physically demanding. Finding fish in autumn is not as easy as in summer, when they are active along the entire length of the river. The days are shorter. In autumn, there is less water, and so it is not as easy to find fish as in summer, when they are active all over the river. And so it may happen that we do not come across an active fish for a long time. Nevertheless, even the time spent in this way has its value. Searching for fish by wandering around the landscape will gradually lead us to a larger river. The canyon of a smaller river did not bring success, but in the fall, the prey of predators moves to larger rivers with deeper water, where there is more food. Catching a predator at this time of year can be easy if you have a good idea of the location, but more often than not, finding a fish is a bit more difficult. The autumn landscape illustrates that nothing is certain. Fish change their habits and behavior. Still, if you come across one, there is a good chance that you will catch one. In autumn, fish migrate to shallower waters, where they can more easily catch food for the coming winter. Small fish retreat into shallower water, and predators follow. If you see that many fish, a predator is usually waiting patiently nearby. Here an asp is seen, moving almost unnoticed among a large number of prey. For example, this chub is not a good uncle. At this size, this fish is already a predator. It hunts fish and small vertebrates. Still, the chub is a fish often caught more on nymphs or dry flies. But as you will see below, it does not disdain a large streamer. Before we can find a successful place to fish, let's take a look at the lures we use when fly fishing for predatory fish, especially pike. Welcome to our natural workshop, where we will talk about streamers, tying materials, and tying. It's a beautiful day. Our short workshop in nature is starting. As you can see, we have prepared all the basic materials for tying streamers for you. You really need a lot of them. Let's go. The first basic material is hair. It is used to make the tail part of the streamer, which is its most important moving part. As you can see, you need different colors, which we layer individually during tying. This material is suitable for making hair streamers, which is the basic type. Here, for example, is hair that is suitable for making a streamer body. Its striping can imitate, for example, a small perch. Streamer bodies are either made of synthetic fibers or natural sheep wool. Another amazing material is zonker tape, used primarily for tying zonker streamers. They are made mostly of rabbit or squirrel fur. Their advantage is great mobility and easy tying to the hook. High efficiency, although less durable than hair streamers. As you can see, you only need to tie the zonker tape without layering other materials. That's easy and cool. Sheep wool is also very important for tying the body of streamers. Its elastic properties give the streamer a naturalness that is important for deceiving fish. Another material is animal fur. The most commonly used fur is from deer, mouflon, fallow deer, muskrat, or roe deer. Its use is the entire body of the streamer is needed. Synthetic shiny hair and are very important for increasing the attractiveness of the streamer. You can also tie the entire streamer with them. We also use various shiny synthetic tapes to liven up streamers. Their use also increases the chance of a fish bite. Eyes are absolutely essential for a streamer. Without eyes, a streamer's effectiveness is greatly reduced. The eyes are either glued to the heads and tied to the hook, or we use separate eyes and glue them directly to the body of the streamer. The first option has greater durability. The second option has greater variability. We must not forget about the hooks, which are much larger and made of thicker wire than regular flies. No pike can resist these streamers. After introducing tying materials, he continues with tying streamers. It's an amazing job in this natural workshop. Tying artificial flies and streamers is real fun. Creative work that has its results in the form of fish caught. In addition to the right materials, a quality vise is also important, preferably a rotary one, for perfect streamer finalization. The precision of streamer finishing is important for their durability and effectiveness. This work requires patience, but is enjoyable work. Work keeps us so busy that we forget about time. The autumn days are short, and it gets dark early. But that doesn't matter at all. We are equipped with a mobile LED lamp and a power bank. Thanks to this, we can continue tying streamers until it gets too cold. We must say that modern technology is really useful and without disturbing the environment and peace. Tying streamers may seem more difficult than tying other artificial flies, but it is not. Tying procedures for all types of streamers are commonly available on the internet or in books. Generally, streamers require more material. They are more robust, but that is because we hunt ruthless predators with them. We are finishing the last streamers for the next predatory fish hunt. We are fully prepared. An amazing day spent in nature doing creative work makes fly fishing a real experience. Tomorrow, we will go fishing to try out our streamers. We hope we will be successful, and the fish will like it. Now we know the streamers. It's time to catch some fish. Fly fishing for pike is amazing. The size of the pike is often surprising, and they are in very good condition in the fall. And they won't give up easily. They fight like lions. Here we see a catch of a large pike that could not resist our streamer. The autumn pike fishing is really amazing. Our tide streamers work perfectly. The colors of the fish and the surroundings complement the mood of autumn. Fighting a big fish on a fly rod is exciting. You never know who will win. Pike have very tasty meat. That's why they are good not only for fun, but also for food. During pike fishing with streamers, it is common to catch other predatory fish as well. A very common predator is the perch. They live in schools, and if you catch one, you will soon catch many more. They are constantly hungry predators, hunting everything that moves in the water. They are fun to hunt, and they have very good meat. They grow to 45 to 55 centimeters. If you are fishing for perch, pike are often nearby. Another fish is chub. We often fish for streamers in sizes 40 to 50 centimeters. This carp-like fish is omnivorous, and in larger sizes it does not disdain even small fish. A fish that is very often caught on a spinning rod as well as on a fly. If there are zander in the river, you have a good chance of catching it on a streamer. It is a moody fish, but like perch, it hunts in schools. If you catch one, the other will soon follow. Zander is a predator, which knows no mercy. It has very tasty meat, and in larger sizes, it is a very strong opponent. This fish grows to more than 90 centimeters and is very valuable. Look at these fish in detail in the pictures. A true predator. Besides the fact that this fish has great meat, it is truly beautiful. As you can see, often hunted at sunset or at night. If there are salmonids in the river, you are more than sure to catch them on a streamer. These fish are easily provoked to bite. In the shot, you see a brook trout that knows no mercy. As you can see in the film, we treat the fish very respectfully, and if we don't want them for food, we release them directly into the water without using any tools, always with a wet hand. Fly fishing ethics also apply when fishing for predatory fish. We often catch pike in the morning and evening. However, in the fall, these fish are active all day long. Perhaps because the days are shorter, the water is colder, and the prey activity is less. We must not forget the asp, which is less active in the fall, and its catches are rather random. However, this fish is always a pleasure. Pike breed in early spring, often around the turn of February and March. Pike, zander, catfish are highly valued market fish. These predators must not be caught from January to summer. When you're fishing in the city, you can sometimes catch even a small scooter like this. Pike is a real fighter. It never gives up easily. If you don't have the right equipment, it often escapes. We use strong fishing lines to catch them. This is important because if it escapes with the bait, it can die unnecessarily. A bait stuck in the fish's mouth can kill it. This fish really eats everything that moves. Its main food is fish, but it also hunts mice, amphibians, and even small birds. It is a real predator. In the pictures, we can admire the beauty of the pike in detail. Autumn is felt at every step. Nature plays with all the colors of this season. But soon there will be a change. After an amazing catch, let's take a look at the basic technique of running streamers while fishing. In addition to a good streamer, its role in the fish is equally important. The technique of fishing with a streamer is similar to that of fishing with a spinner, with the difference that we use both hands to work with the bait. You pull the fly line with one hand, and with the other hand, you work the rod tip. Fishing is more demanding than spinning. Your hands are constantly wet when reeling in. If it's cold, it can be uncomfortable. This doesn't happen with spinning because you use a drag reel and you have no direct contact with the line. Depending on the type of streamer, we then animate the bait. Either we pull it quickly without a stop, or with pauses for the fall, or mathematically. For example, 2x pull pause, 3x pull pause. Or we let it crawl on the bottom and quickly pull it and let it fall again. We animate it so that the streamer looks like real prey. Let's look at some ways to pull a streamer. The most common is a smooth pull with pauses when the streamer drops. At that moment, the fish often bites. As you can see, when pulling the streamer, we animate it with the tip of the rod. The streamer becomes more attractive. Another method is to quickly pull the streamer. This is used to irritate a passive predator. A very effective method also when fishing for trout. Another successful method is mathematical. Pauses are regular after a certain number of pulls. This method is also effective for catching zander. There are, of course, many more ways to pull, but you have to figure that out yourself. Simple improvisation can achieve a good result. And now practice in different types of water. The work begins. This is not a job for sweet ladies. So spinning is more enjoyable, often more effective at catching water. Yet fly fishing is simply exciting. Once you get to the heart of the matter, you won't need spinning anymore. It's worth the effort. As with spinning, patience is key. Sometimes it can take dozens and dozens of casts before you make contact with a fish. It also requires a good guess as to where the fish might be and a little luck. This amazing water bird is called a dipper. It is diligently preparing for winter. It is amazing to watch how it is in symbiosis with the water element. Amazing! Our journey continues. Let's keep exploring. There is a feeling in the air that winter is about to take over for a moment. The next morning, the first snowfall of November falls, a reminder that winter is truly upon us. Fortunately, snow usually doesn't last long. temperatures are not yet below freezing. It won't get much warmer. Once the sky clears, there will be ground-level frosts. When the snow comes, time seems to slow down, but the animals have no choice. They have to constantly prepare for winter when the rivers freeze. It's a game of time. Ducks, swans, and kingfishers do not migrate for the winter. They are completely dependent on preparing for the winter. If the river freezes, they have to find places where it is not. The kingfisher usually stays in the Czech Republic and does not migrate to warmer areas in winter. Only young individuals occasionally migrate, but if they are older, they usually stay in the nesting site. Snowfall on trout rivers announces that the hunting season is slowly ending here. Hunting is prohibited here from the beginning of December to April, for the sake of the reproduction of brown trout and the protection of their offspring. Young trout are hatched from eggs in early spring. Fishing in the ends of November is more challenging. The water is really cold. However, predators are still active. Like this perch that didn't want to let the streamer escape. Perch is active all year round. This fish is very adaptable and survives even in slightly salty water. That is why it can be caught, for example, in the Baltic Sea. Its meat is delicious. Even though it's cold and foggy, even a short time spent by the river is wonderful. We don't wade much. It's really cold. It's a week after the first snow. It's getting warmer, and autumn is continuing. We went fly fishing for a while on the lake, where there's a chance to catch a bigger fish, but maybe nothing at all. The sun is shining and warm, maybe the last warm period of autumn. Let's take advantage of it. Fishing on lakes also has its charm. Predatory fish can be found everywhere. You need to watch the movement in the water and read what is happening where. Compared to fishing with a lure, fly fishing has its limitations. However, it is not without success. Predators are not very familiar with streamers, so they attack. You have to try again and again. A test of patience. It's hard to catch a pike at the end of November, but we finally caught one. It's beautiful and in good condition. Even though fly fishing on the lake is more difficult, staying at the lake does not lose its charm. In the summer, even recreation while fishing is wonderful. Exploring the lake in autumn is really worth it. While hunting, we must not forget to rest. Relaxing while wandering through autumn nature regenerates us mentally. There is no need to hunt, just to be. We walk around the lake, and its rocky cliffs offer amazing views. Autumn is playing with colors, and there is a special tension in the air. Look at that beauty. Isn't it worth it? It's the end of the day. The sun is setting. Tomorrow we'll head back to the river. We must not forget that fly fishermen also fish on mountain rivers in autumn. This is a small stop that we cannot miss in autumn. Autumn is really in full swing here. Along the way, we see brown trout migrating to their spawning grounds. We just look at them and leave them alone to finish their journey in good health. We will not hunt them. In the Czech Republic, the brown trout fishing ends in the fall. The brown trout begins its journey to spawn in its spawning grounds from the end of August and peaks at the end of November. The trout is there protected, and its fishing is prohibited for the rest of the year. If caught, it must be released immediately. However, rainbow and brook trout are found in the water and can be fished until December. We will stay in the mountainous landscape for a while, and now we will set off on our last trip in search of pike. The brown trout fishing season is over, but not for pike fishing. Autumn in the mountains is magical. So is fishing for pike, which is found here in beautiful colors. But catching it is not easy. Looking at the surrounding nature, there is no need for much commentary. Now it's a little warmer, and we're finally finding active predators. They are not trophy-sized, but they are all the more beautiful. We return them all without a long photo shoot. Nature here is so amazing that one forgets that one is on a hunt. Time passes. The sunlight is short. The evening is approaching. The amazing day is coming to an end, and so is the end of our documentary journey through the amazing autumn nature with a fly rod. This trip may give you a clue as to what the spirit of fly fishing is all about. It's about time spent with nature, with respect and wonder that we can be a part of it. Maybe it doesn't even matter what kind of fish you catch. Here we focused on pike fishing, but any fish will make the hunter happy, whether it's pike, perch, or trout. Our fishing trip was accompanied by the amazing nature of the Czech Republic. Its nature is part of the diverse European nature, which is truly beautiful. Most living creatures are hunters. That's how nature created us. In humans, it gave us the opportunity to truly perceive its essence, but also the ability to understand it, to honor its fragile balance, and live in harmony with it. Fly fishing and hunting gives us the opportunity to be a part of it all. This idea is the essence of this documentary. It is about fly fishing, but at the same time about respect for the nature that accompanies this type of hunt. And that's the spirit of fly fishing. We are at the end of our journey. This episode ends, but the journey continues. I hope you enjoyed the show and will continue to watch the next one. See you next time